I know I just unhauled a bunch of books, but now I'm gonna refill my shelves with all of the new ones. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brie and this is Four Paws in a Book. Today I am bringing to you my last book haul of 2024. I don't know which one's coming first, my haul or my unhaul, but I did just film an unhaul. I unhauled 40 books, but now I'm hauling over 50. A lot of this is thank you to wonderful, wonderful people here on BookTube. I received so many gifts for Christmas and it was just amazing. I am so blessed. I am so thankful. If you want to watch me actually unbox them or like unwrap the gifts, I'll link the Christmas vlog where I did that. Today we're just going to be talking about all of the books and then I'll be able to put them back on my shelves and we'll be able to reorganize and reset for the new year. I'm going to start with my gifts. So these are either gifts or I got a lot of like gift cards for Christmas and then I went to the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale the day after Christmas. So we'll start with the gifts and the books that I purchased with gift cards. First up, Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. This one, you'll see, I purchased Wild Love earlier for the Black Friday sale. This is like 2 months, honestly, of book purchasing. The Black Friday sales definitely got me. But anyways, someone gifted me Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in that series. I got A Monsoon Rising by Thea Guanzon. This is the special edition. It's the Barnes & Noble. I wish they would have redone the hardcover for Hurricane Wars with this special edition because they did this for the paperback but not the hardcover, which is a bummer. But this is the sequel. It's much smaller than I thought it was going to be, but I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm excited to try this one. I got this, a beautiful edition of When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. It has the beautiful, like, kind of like holographic sprayed edges. That's what I'm trying to say. Clearly I need more coffee today, but this was a gift from Deb. I read this during the Romantasy Goodreads Choice Awards video, and okay, it wasn't my favorite, but I am curious to reread it when the second one comes out and see if I can like glean any more from it, because this is a very pretty book, but a lot of times you got lost. But maybe upon a reread, I will like learn new things. I got A Dead Lake by Darcy Coates. This is one of my favorite covers from her. I mean, all of her covers are stunning, but this one is just gorgeous. I read this one during spooky season. I got Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Rourke. I'm definitely in my Romantasy era this year, and I'm excited that my lovely friends enabled me, because I got lots of Romantasy to read next year. This year, that's really hard to say. I'm filming this in December, but you're probably not seeing it until January. Lady of Darkness is a book that a lot of people were talking about earlier this year, and I think I'm going to like it. I am not going to go through the synopsis of all of these books, because like I said, there's over 50 of them. We would be here forever. But Romantasy, I'm excited. Flame and Sparrow by S.M. Gaither is another Romantasy. It's a Romantasy duology, which is my favorite thing ever. So this one I think has a lot of like gods and religion and stuff like that. On the eve of her 20th birthday, Karis woke to the sight of a divine creature dying outside her home. She is a brick though. Yeah, she's a brick. Immortal Dark by Tejas Gurma. This I think is like Dark Academia vampires, if I remember correctly. It has these gorgeous sprayed edges. Very excited about this one. Everyone was talking about it during spooky season and I have FOMO. Christmas and Other Horrors. This is a short story collection, a winter solstice anthology, and it's got a bunch of horror authors. I really wanted to read it right before Christmas and I didn't get around to it. I had so much other things that I was trying to get done. So this one might be like, I might hold it for a Christmas vlog next year. It is raining and snowing today, and so I have terrible light. I apologize for that. I had to like break out the light boxes and I don't love the way it looks. So apologize if the lighting is not great in this video. We Used to Live Here by Marcus Klewer. Everyone's been talking about this one. I have a feeling I will be reading this at some point in January for BookTuber favorites, because this has been on a lot of lists. Queen of Myth and Monsters by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the sequel to King of Battle and Blood that I read earlier in I think October, I want to say, and then I read this during Scatagorathon for the final round of that for 2024. And listen, like I said, I love a fantasy duology, and this one's very dark, but it's still like a really, really good time. And Scarlett St. Clair, she knows how to write. City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. Also so chunky, so big, but another one that everyone has been talking about. Again, religion and gods and people trying to like work together or fight each other. Like, that's always a buzzword for me. So I'm really hoping that I love this series. I did receive my 4th copy of House of Bane and Blood. You'll see the 3rd one well, like, yeah, I guess that was the third one. But this is the Twisted Fiction, I believe. Yeah, Twisted Fiction. Anyways, I got this one as a gift. Look how gorgeous this is. The black and pink is just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. It had some like fan art in it as well, and this end paper, so pretty, like this. Anyways, absolutely loved that one. Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. This is a book that everyone was talking about last year. It's like a cozy horror novella, and that kind, I don't know, like, see, I don't love cozy fantasy, but cozy horror, especially like when you think about Darcy Coates, I really like that, and I've liked Delilah S. Dawson's works before. Then The Last Daughter by Alexis Elminard. This is her debut, so it's the same author that wrote House of Bane and Blood, and this is her debut duology, and so I'm very curious to see what this is like. And The Traitor Queen by Danielle L. Jensen. This is the second book in the Bridge Kingdom series with this beautiful like holographic. It looks like it's just glaring, but I promise you it's holographic. I'm not gonna read the synopsis because I haven't read book one yet, so I don't know what goes on in that series, but I've heard good things about it. And then I got this really cool book. I think it's just called S, and it's from the concept of J.J. Abrams, and it is like a book within a book within a book. So the book is The Ship of Theseus, and then you are reading the annotations and the little like notes. There's like actual like little like postcards and stuff in here. So you're reading the notes back and forth between two other like a grad student and an undergraduate, Jennifer and Eric, a college senior and a disgraced grad student. So like they are like basically questioning their own life within the concept of this book. So like from page 1 you can see this like back and forth between the two of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with this book because I don't think it's a book that I want to sit and read all at one time. I want to just kind of like go back into it consistently. So I think it just might be a book that I read through really slowly. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, because there's like this like, you know, 2-page letter. There's like a tarot card in there. So anyway, that's what this is. And this was a gift from my Secret Santa. I'm in love with it. I've just been like kind of going through it and just like perusing it, and it's so cool. But yeah, it's not a book that like I think I'll put on my actual TBR number because it's not really a book that you can read in one sitting or like even just in one go. I think it's just gonna be something that I kind of dabble in. Then for the 33% off Barnes & Noble sale that tends to get worse every year, but anyways, it was still 33% off of hardcovers, which is exciting. I did pick up some books that I got with a gift card, so we're still counting that in the gifts. Again, not really a book that I'll probably put on my TBR, but this is Taylor Swift by the book, the literature behind the lyrics. So it's like a bunch of like the lyrics from her songs, obviously, and how they equate to literature and things like that. So another one that I'll probably peruse. Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. I have been following Harley on Instagram and Threads, specifically right after the election, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try their books. And there's this, it's a pretty one. It's pretty, it's gorgeous. I have heard mixed things about this one, but it's like kind of dark academia mafia but with witches, and like I don't know, it sounds like it could be good. The last one by Rachel Helsel-Zoll. This is a Red Tower book, so I might have fallen prey to the gorgeous book again, but like I couldn't not, obviously. And then like the snake, stunning, right? Don't even know what it's about, but I almost bought it full price a couple of weeks ago, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna get it when it's on sale. And then I got a hard copy of Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. This is the traditionally published one. Here's the thing. Here's what I hate about indie books that then get traditionally published. This is not the same size as my indie books. And so as I continue the series, with it being traditionally published, the indie ones aren't fitting. Like they don't match. And I like my books to match. So anyways, I've just been kind of like picking them up when I've seen them on sale. This Ravenous Fate by Haley Dennings. This is a YA kind of like Gatsby fantasy romance, and it sounded really good when it came out. It was on my anticipated releases, and then I forgot about it, and it was on sale. And then we have The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. I know Brittany read this and enjoyed it. I know Monica read it and I believe she enjoyed it. It has the really pretty edges. Like, listen, I can't say no to a pretty book. Never trust a dragon. Probably good advice, honestly. And then we have The Serpent and the Wolf by Rebecca Robinson. I remember Cassidy reading this as an ARC and enjoyed it. Didn't love it, but it had a lot of buzzwords that I thought I would like, and so I'm gonna try it. All right, now let's talk about special editions, including my Advent box that I got from Unplugged Book Box. These are in no particular order, so if you have them and you haven't unwrapped them yet, skip ahead if you don't want to see what they are. But I also unwrapped them all in that Christmas vlog, so like I will talk more about them there. Curse of Shadows and Thorns by L.J. Andrews. This is the prequel series to The Everking. Bound by Gravity by Jenny Hickman. This is an author that's going to Romantasy-Con, so I do want to read this one sooner rather than later. It also will match my Patreon cover challenge for hands on the cover, so it might be a January book. Then it had a couple of duologies in there, which is really cool. So Rise of the Dawnbringer and A Prophecy of Undone by I.A. Takarian. So they're really, really pretty. Obviously the glare is not doing me any favors today, but again, rain snow mix equals no light. This one's cool because they're actually like naked hard covers. They don't have a dust jacket. This one also is that way. So Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick. This is the same author that did Lady of Darkness, so I'm really hoping that I love her books. She's chonky, but like is so gorgeous. I love the dragons. And then the entire reason that I got this House of Bane and Blood. So this is the third copy that I own. I own 4 copies now. And then City of Mirth and Malice. I got this one, I got the box mostly for these two, specifically because this is the only special edition for City of Mirth and Malice that exists in the world right now, and so I wanted it. This is my favorite book of 2024, or my favorite series. I couldn't choose between the two of them, but I love the series with my whole entire heart, and so I needed a special edition. And then lastly in that box I got Till Death by Miranda Lynn. This one is absolutely stunning. This naked hardcover is so pretty. It's like a cloth hardcover. They did an absolutely stunning job with these books. I am like obsessed with all of them. Then a couple of other special editions. Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. I don't know how long this will stay on my shelves. This was the Afterlight book for November, I believe. I read this on Christmas and didn't love it. So unfortunately, I don't know how long this will stay on the shelf, but it's pretty. And I do love Ashley as like an author, as a person. I'm just sad that I didn't love the book. I got the special edition of The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This has the like the fire on the edges. This like end pages are so pretty. I really hope that they do all of them, like the whole trilogy, which would be so cool. But yes, I have that. Then my Illumicrate was The Last Hour Between Worlds by Melissa Caruso. I'm a little disappointed by this cover because it's pretty much the same as the original cover, just different colors, and I tend to appreciate it when it's a little bit more of a very different cover. Like if I wanted this, I could have just gotten the regular one. But it's a sapphic fantasy romance with a mystery element to it, so the book itself I'm excited about. I'm just disappointed in the cover. Then I got the special edition of Hooked by Emily McIntyre. This was confirmed that she is doing all of them eventually, so that's exciting. I will be able to kind of replace out my paperbacks as I get them. But it's a naked hardcover. It's really pretty with the like tower, and then this edition here. I really enjoyed this book. I liked her, like this isn't my favorite in the series, but I love a good Peter Pan retelling. Then we have A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan. This one is the Fairyloot Romantasy box. I finally got off the wait list for that one. And so this one I love. I actually really, really love Fairyloot because they have this, which is a very different cover. But then if you don't love that, they have kind of like the original one, but different colors. And then this is just an absolutely stunning. Dragons Romantasy, we love to see it. Those are the special editions. Now let's talk about the ones that I got on Black Friday's sale. Amazon was doing a sale, Book Outlet was doing a sale. It was a lot. There was a lot going on, okay? And so I got some books. Confessions by Kanae Minato. This I've heard really good things about. It's not new by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that it's got a really interesting point of view. It's like about this See, her pupils murdered her daughter. Now she will have her revenge. Narrated in alternating voices with twists you'll never see coming. It explores the limits of punishment, despair, and tragic love, culminating in a harrowing confrontation between a teacher and a student that will place the occupants of an entire school in danger. You'll never look at the classroom the same way again. It sounds really interesting, really fast-paced. It'll be great for like a readathon. I picked up Guild by Raven Kennedy. This is the first book in the Plated Prisoner series. This is a book that everyone is talking about. Or like, you know, it's been a staple on BookTube. This is like one of the foundations of romantasy, and I never got into the series, but I kind of want to. So it was like $4 on Black Friday. Then I got Can't Spell Treason Without T. This is a cozy fantasy, but it's sapphic. The sequel, actually the dedication is like honestly the reasons why I wanted to start this series, because the sequel says something like, for that one person that said there were too many lesbians, I put more lesbians in this one. And like the level of pettiness that that person like put in the dedication is what I aspire to be, and so I had to try it. Okay, I'm gonna try the book out. I didn't buy the second one because I don't know that I'm gonna love it, but I've heard good things about it. Maybe it has like higher stakes. I don't know. I don't hate cozy fantasy. It's just something that I have to be in the mood for. Then I did pick up Wild Love, like I said earlier. This is the first book in that series. Even people that don't like contemporary romance are reading this book and loving it, so I have high hopes. We'll see what happens. Notes on an Execution by Danya Kukofka. Another book that everybody was really loving last year, and I kind of have had on my wish list for a while, and then like I said, it was on super sale for Black Friday. It's kind of a psychological thriller. It's looking at, I want to say like somebody on death row. Yeah, serial killer on death row through the eyes of the woman in his life. I do love a good psychological thriller. We'll see. Also looks like a really short, like a quick read. A fantasy romance that I've never heard of before, but was like suggested to me and was cheap, so I picked it up. Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee. The cover is stunning. It has these pretty sprayed edges. You made a bargain. Your soul for his, and now you are mine. So Kate Holloway knows the unspoken rule of New Orleans. Oh, it's set in New Orleans? Exciting. Avoid the powerful Gage crime family at all cost. Of course, so it's like mafia fantasy mafia fae romance. I'm here for this. Okay, I don't even need to read any more of that. That sounds exciting. And then I got Court of Blood and Bindings. I got this one on Pango. I have like over $200 in Pango credits right now that's just sitting there. Okay, and so I've been very good. I've not bought a lot of books. When I see these on sale, I've been picking them up. I've only picked up one, and I've already read this one. I read it in August, and it's a book that I didn't love right away, but it's one that like continued to sit with me, and the more I sat with it, the more I was interested, and the more that like I wanted to continue the series. And then after reading Scarlett's books, King of Battle and Blood, that series, I decided I was going to read her other series. And so A Touch of Darkness and A Touch of Ruin I found on Pango. I'm just going to be like slowly collecting them. I don't even know what order these are in. I want to say this one's first, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I love her writing, and so I want to read more of her books. I picked up Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. This is a Cosmere novel, but I think it's a standalone. It's one of his secret projects, and it's one that I've heard really good things about. My coworker absolutely loves Brandon Sanderson, and so I thought this would be a good place to continue my read. Listen, his big chunky series, they scare me. They really scare me, but I can get behind a small standalone. Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This is the traditionally published one. I do have the indie one, but I know that she did a lot of edits to it. This is much shorter than the original one, so I think like I should read the traditionally published one. And then Born of Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is her newest one, the one that came out this year. I really wanted to get to this for the Romantasy series, but I got stuck on A Fire in the Flesh. I still want to read it. I still like am enjoying this prequel series, but I just didn't have time before that video had to go out, and so it's a 2025 series. And then finally I think this is finally I have a duology, like a portal fantasy, and it's an author that's going into Romantasy BookCon. It was on my list of books that I really wanted to read. I actually got the Kindle book in Stuff Your Kindle Day like a long time ago, and I actually just realized that after I owned them physically, because then I was like looking for them on Kindle Unlimited, and I was like, you own this, and I was like, oh, oops, I should really go through those books more often. But anyways, I found this duology on Pango for cheap. and that is Dark Radiance and then Dark Sacrifices by Allison Aldridge. First off, this cover, stunning. Self-published and indie books are just, they do such a good job, right? This is so pretty. Never Trust a Bedtime Story. And then this one is gorgeous, Before the Night Monster. It's pretty. So anyway, this is a series that I want to read before Romantasy-Con. Obviously, we are coming up onto it. It's getting close, but that's okay. All right, so that's what I hauled. I need to clean up and put all of these away now. Let me know if there's a book in this stack that you really want me to read that I should prioritize, or I will put on the screen right here my physical TBR video, and that one you can actually comment, and I'm going to be playing a game with those comments, so you can do it that way. And if you are not feeling chatty, let's do a Ferris wheel emoji. That's exciting. That is all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!